Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So last night I saw a video of the new Conservative Party leader, a speech on net migration, and she said a whole lot of stuff around the Conservatives' plan to reduce net migration in preparation for the next general election. And before I share my thoughts or my comments or make my comments on that video, I'd like you guys to watch the full video yourself. So have a look.
The truth is that for nearly 30 years, mass migration has been far, far too high under all governments, by all parties, and not just here, too high all across the Western world. And it can't continue. We need a new approach. I'm the new leader of the Conservative Party, and we're going to do things differently. I'm saying no more. The system is broken. We can't go on like this, and we need to change. Let's break it down. 1. If immigration happens too quickly, there is no integration. The ties that bind us start to fray. It doesn't matter whether you are massively for immigration or massively against. Without a shared national identity, our country will suffer. When people come here, they must buy into the values, customs, and institutions that attracted them here in the first place. 2. The political class can't pretend that immigration comes only with benefits and no costs.
By the way, before we get on with the video, if you're currently resident in the UK and you're looking at transferring money from pounds to naira, then you want to check out SimlessPay app. Now you can get SimlessPay app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Now with SimlessPay app, you get to experience the best exchange rate and your money transfer is absolutely for free. I mean, you don't need to pay any transfer fee for you to get your money sent from pounds to naira without any hassle. And also you get the best exchange rate, your transfer is fast and reliable, and also you get to experience a secured payment. So what are you waiting for? Are you looking at transferring money from the UK to Nigeria? Then go on Apple Store today, go on Google Play Store today, download SimlessPay app, register an account, use my referral code Jesuloba, and you can also leverage on the referral bonus that comes with using the SimlessPay app. Trust me, you'll be glad that you did.
We can all see the pressure on housing, roads, GPs, and wages. The failure of politics over the last 30 years has been to gloss over it or to make it a fringe issue. That has to stop. 3. We can no longer be naive. It's nonsense that we have allowed a situation where judges deem perfectly safe countries to be unsafe, that loopholes are willfully exploited by those coming here. Our institutions are failing. They've proven they are unable to determine who wants to contribute and who is simply exploiting our openness. Britain is a high-trust society, but we can't let our system be taken advantage of. So we need to do things differently. I want to rebuild the trust between the Conservative Party and the British people. I know we've got a lot of work to do, but the first step is to accept that mistakes were made. And that is what I will do. We got it wrong, and we are going to learn. When done right, limited immigration can work for this country. But it's no surprise that many people don't believe that anymore. The Conservatives are going to develop a detailed plan for immigration to put before you at the next election. Not the policies of Labour, which are going to fail, but a real plan that will, for the first time in 30 years, actually bring immigration right down and be honest with you about the trade-offs. It's time to tell the truth on immigration, and over the coming months, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
I've watched the video, by the new Conservative Party leader. To be honest, some of the points she made, were actually valid. There's no, lie about that. They're actually valid. However, there are a couple of things mentioned in the video that I think it's more political than putting the interest of the British people first. Now, for those who don't know, there's a current petition currently going. This petition has been signed by 2.8 million people, and the purpose of this petition is for the government to call a general election. Now, someone said, I would like there to be another general election. I believe the current Labour government have gone back on the promises they laid out in the lead up to the last election. And as you can see on the screen, we have 2.84 million signatures on this particular petition. And for those who don't know, also if a petition like this is raised and there's over 100,000 signature on the petition, then there must be a debate on it in the House of Parliament. If there's 10,000 or more signatures on the petition, then they must get like a response from from the parliament. However, this particular petition surprisingly already has over 2.8 million signatures, which of course it means that it has to be debated in the House of Parliament. And at the moment, if you go on the Parliament's website, you would see that the Parliament will need to debate on this petition on the 6th of January 2025. And as you can see, you also be able to watch this on the UK YouTube UK Parliament YouTube channel. So this tells you that there's really an agenda to take off the Labour government or take off the Labour Party from government, and the new leader of the opposing party, which is the Conservative Party, is coming out to say, okay, see, we're going to find a way to reduce net migration. We're going to stop people from coming into the country, which is quite understandable. One of the points they make that I actually do agree with is the fact that there's now a whole lot of pressure on the available resources. However, I think while we're talking about the negative impact of the increased net migration, there should also be a conversation about the positive impact. I mean, the NHS is, very much reliant on immigrants for it to, remain operational and functional. So I think we should also acknowledge. So what we're saying, what we're talking a lot about the negative impact of net migration in the UK at the moment, I think they should also have conversations about how net migration has really helped the country in a way. She mentioned so many things about pressure on the available resources, but she never talked about how immigrants have been funding the UK universities, how so many of the UK universities were, or some have even still, over reliant on immigrants for them to be able to meet up with their financial obligations. Many of us that came to this country as immigrants paid, tens of thousands of pounds to study, which was part of what the universities relied on for them to remain functional. So I think is in as much as some of the things they make is valid, they should also try as much as possible to also create a balance and talk about how immigration has also helped the country grow to where it is today. Now, understand that when you talk about net migration, it's not just for those who came into the country legally; it's also talking about those that came in illegally. And I think there should be more emphasis on saying, "Oh, illegal immigration is bad for the country, not migration is bad for the country." I think there should be a balance, because most of the people that come into this country pay a whole lot, the amount of money that even the citizens of this country cannot afford. Now, I remember when I was working, there were conversations with different individuals who are currently working, or British citizens basically. And when you have conversations, they're like, "Oh, you came to study. How much did you pay?" And I tell them, "Oh, we paid £15,000 cash." They're always very shocked that, how did you get that kind of money to pay for uni? It is a lot of money here in the UK, obviously. And we bring in those money to study here, helping the UK universities on their funding, being able to like afford to pay staff and keep the whole university system running. I think that fact should be appreciated also, while talking about some of the negative impact of increased net migration. And when you're saying how bad migration is, I think they should also focus or be very explicit that it is illegal immigration that is bad for the country, not for those who are actually coming into this country legally. So what are your thoughts about some of the things that the new Conservative Party leader has said in the video that you just watched? Let me know what your thoughts is in the comment section. And I'm honestly looking forward to the debate that is going to happen on the 6th of January 2025. I want to hear what they have to say about the new call for new general election. What are your thoughts about this? To be honest with you, in my opinion, I don't think there's going to be a general election happening soon. However, I'm still very much curious to hear what's going to happen in the debate at the House of Parliament around this whole call for a new general election. And I can see that the Conservative Party actually getting prepared for the possibility of a general election happening, which is why they're bringing up the same agenda of, net migration. We need to reduce, we need to cut off people who are coming to this country. We need to reduce the pressure on, the facilities and, the available resources in the country that, the immigrants are actually feeding on and making it not readily available for those in the country, which is a valid point. But at the same time, I think we need to have a conversation about the benefits net migration has been bringing into the country. And one of the things I tell people is, 2025 might not be a good time to actually come into the UK, because of this, because of so much uncertainty happening around, immigration, the country, making it a little bit difficult for people to stay back in the country. And people leveraged on when the country was desperate for immigrants in 2019, 2020. But I think people have leveraged on the opportunity and they're now in the country. However, at the moment, the UK government doesn't see the need for net migration, doesn't see the need for immigrant coming into the country, which I think it's not really a valid point. They're just trying to shy away from the fact they actually do need immigrants. There's still loads of healthcare assistant, job vacancies out there that are still not being filled, and they obviously need immigrants to fill up those positions. However, I guess they're probably living in denial at the moment. But yeah, that's just the reality. But people who are planning to come into this country, in my opinion, I might be wrong. I think this is not the best time to come into the UK because of all of the uncertainties. Now, even with all certainties happening, there are lots of people flourishing. I speak with people on a daily basis, and I see how people are landing professional job, landing their dream jobs here in the UK, despite all of the uncertainties. So people are flourishing, yes. However, this is very few percentage of immigrants living and working in the United Kingdom. I know quite a number of people who are still finding it difficult to land professional jobs, not because the jobs are not available, but because of the disadvantage that we have as immigrants. We're not just looking for a job, we're looking for a job that would sponsor. So it means that you're looking for two things at the same time while trying to land yourself a job, which makes it a little bit difficult and almost impossible to get that right to work and live in the UK without any hassle. But anyway, let me hear your thoughts about, so if you have someone who is coming to the UK in 2025, what would your advice be to that person now? Please state those comments in the comment section. Trust me, there are people watching this video, watching this channel, that will find all of those information very valuable, and it will help them make a better informed decision on whether to spend that each small amount of money to relocate into the UK at such a time as this. Please state those thoughts in the comment section. And if you're coming across this channel for the very first time, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, you guys are the real deal. You guys are the reason why I keep coming on this channel to make video on a weekly basis. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this particular video, and I'll definitely see you guys in my next video. Thank you.